Hi everyone, my name's Alex Gascoine. I'm a violinist in the BBC Scottish Symphony Orchestra, and answering any question this week is our section principal oboe, Stella McCracken. Morning, Stella.
Hi, morning everyone.
Great, we get to see everybody's wallpaper.
Yeah, this is my own personal read room. So it's kept very nice and tidy.
Otherwise known as some sort of torture chamber, I take it.
Yeah. I have a TV that keeps me sane.
Very good, very good. So you'll be surprised to hear we've got loads of questions, and there's actually one or two that aren't about reeds. So, okay, excellent. So Andrew Wallace asks, what got you into playing the oboe, and what techniques do you recommend?
Oh gosh. Well, it was actually my mother that chose the oboe for me. I was about 8 years old, and my local junior school was offering lessons on clarinet, flute, oboe, and she loved the oboe because it played the theme tune all those years ago to Emmerdale Farm. And that's all I ever knew of it. I didn't really know what one was, so I started playing it, and I just really enjoyed doing it. And I was in local orchestras. It's just I think it just suited me, and I was lucky enough to be in a musical town, Huddersfield, where we had so many orchestras going, and so many opportunities. So really that's how it started, and then eventually I went to Cheetham School of Music, so I was very lucky to do that, and it's all I ever wanted to do. There was no doubt about wanting to do anything else. Music was my path, so that's who I am 30 years later.
Very good. It's interesting. Lots of successful people, and we don't want to get political about it, but lots of people say when they started, the opportunities they had when they were children.
Yeah, oh, I know. It was just, we were so lucky, and it's so sad now that that's not as available as it used to be. I mean, it was just my passion, and I was surrounded by people that were doing it, so that's just what you did.
What about teachers? Did you always have good teachers?
Well, my first teacher, he was called Aubrey Besick, and he conducted Huddersfield Swing Band, which I was desperate to be in, but obviously couldn't because I played the oboe. So he taught me up till about the age of 13. He wasn't really an oboist, he was a clarinet player. And then I had a great teacher at Cheetham's called Sonia Rangham, who made me really good reads as well. And then I went on to the Royal College of Music and studied with Mike Winfield. So yeah, I was lucky. Yeah. Very
good, very good. So you've sort of answered Rachel Matthews' question. She asks, when and how did you decide this was the job for you, and what was the journey like? So you said it's what you always wanted to do, didn't you?
It was, and I when I was at school, well, music school, I mean, I practiced probably 3-4 hours a day. I mean, that's really, I mean, I can't do that now, but I used to, because I just, you were just surrounded by people that were just so enthusiastic, and you didn't feel it was forced upon you, or you just wanted to do it. And then I went to music college, but I always thought a job was so far removed from I was good enough to do. And obviously when you're at college, you start trying for jobs. So I auditioned, never thinking I would get trials. And I actually did. And in 1991, got the job here. And I have to thank the late Philip Hill for having trust in me and giving me that job, because, you know, I do think it's all about luck as well. But, you know, I did put a lot of hard work into it. But then, yeah, but that was his second oboe, Cor Anglais, and then eventually he left and I was given the job of principal oboe.
And Philip was a great player. Philip was I saw him a lot. He was great.
Yeah. I will always remember him.
Mazabaza3 on Instagram says, Grace is 11 and has been learning the oboe for 10 months. She wants to know if Stella makes her own reeds and how did she learn to do it?
Hi, Grace. Good on you for choosing the oboe. Well, gosh, yes, I do make my own reeds, unfortunately. I think I didn't really learn when I was at school. I actually, there's another player that has quite an impact on my career. When I was at music school, Anthony Camden and Peter Lloyd, who were principal oboe and principal flute, came to the school to do masterclass. And Tony Camden actually just took me under his wing, and he took me to Harris. He helped me choose all my knives and things like that to make my reeds with, and he set me on the path to learning how to do them. And also Mike Winfield, my teacher at college, taught me how to make them as well. But I do think that you're always learning throughout your career. You're always looking to improve making your reeds. I mean, it's just, a lot of it is trial and error. But I'm always learning new things. And it is very time consuming. But, you know, we, as you probably heard, oboists moan about their reeds all the time.
Don't know what you're talking
about.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. You're only 10, you've got a long time ahead of you to do that. I think 10's a bit young yet.
Very good, very good. Okay, so Ailsa Smith, do you have any advice for playing with vibrato?
Yes. Well, you have to have a reed that vibrates well in the first place. If you have a reed that's too hard, it won't vibrate. When you squawk it in your mouth, it should crow quite easily. If it doesn't, then it won't help. But you can practice vibrato. I mean, really using your diaphragm. It's quite a slow, laborious way of doing it, but with a metronome, just practice going while you're blowing it, and then speeding it up. I also think it should be a natural thing as well, where you don't always do the same vibrato through the phrase. I think you just feel the music when you're playing it and adapt to that. But if you don't know how to do it from the very start, you need a metronome, and you have to do it oscillation by oscillation. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
But you know, just it should really start coming naturally, I think, eventually.
Very good, thank you. Okay, so the next question is somebody called Jamie McClanagan. Never heard of him. What has been your favourite performance playing with the BBC SSO?
Gosh, I mean, I enjoy lots of concerts. It doesn't matter if it's in Airtown Hall or Inverness. I mean, recently, back at the beginning of the year, we did a concert with Carl von Stephans of, was it Schumann?
Yes.
And I really enjoyed that. When Francois Leleu comes to conduct, I love him. He's one of my heroes. But there is a prom actually that sticks in my mind, and it was Donna Runickel's conducting, and it was Daphne and Chloe, L'après-midi d'un faune, and it was Rosie Elliott's last prom principal flute. So that and it was a fantastic concert. So I remember that, but I think I enjoy concerts where I feel the music just takes over rather than thinking about every single little phrase. And there are conductors that bring that, but there are too many actually to put into one box. You know, I mean, I've had a long career. You know, it's just, but yeah, there are loads. And actually, when we played in the music a couple of years ago, that was special, just because of where we were and the beautiful hall. You know, I feel very privileged to have travelled all around the world to play in great halls, and you know, they're very memorable.
Yeah, and of course, Karl-Heinz Steffens, it was the first clarinet in the Berlin Philharmonic, the conductor you were talking about. Yes, so
he was just so musical, and you know, like Francois, who's so passionate, and it's just my kind of playing where I just, you know, you just enjoy every single minute of it, because they're just getting the best out of absolutely everyone that's on the stage, and it's so enjoyable.
And I always think the great conductors make it feel easy. At the end of a really good concert with a great conductor, I feel as though it's been very straightforward. It's, you know, I've had the space to read.
I mean, it also depends on like how you feel you've personally played as well. You know, but yeah, I mean, you know, and also when we did Shostakovich 5 with Michael Sanderling, that was great. You know, so there's very recent ones and there's very old ones that I've done that kind of stick in my mind.
Yeah, very good. Victor Ibuna.
Sorry?
Victor Ibuna asks, how do I develop longer stamina on the oboe?
Practice. Well, I don't know your circumstances, but you've just got, I mean, I always start practice, well, my regime is starting with scales, then going on to studies, maybe having a bit of a rest, and then onto your pieces. But I think just playing for longer each time, and actually especially kind of in the second octave, because it's more tiring to play. That's what I found about principal oboe. You're playing high all the time, which is quite tiring. But really just to keep playing every day, if you have time to do it, a bit in the morning and a bit in the night, at night time, and just try play through, like the Strauss oboe concerto is exhausting. Just try and choose a piece that's where there aren't many breaths. Schumann romances, they're tiring, and just really it's more practice actually, and that's the only thing you can do to build up your stamina.
Very good. So the wonderful Joan Bishop, our previous manager. I spoke to her yesterday, actually. She's in really good form. You make a beautiful sound, Stella. What's more important, reeds or the oboe?
Oh gosh. Well, if you blow a reed on its own, it's just a big squawk. So you have to have the oboe, obviously, to make the sound, and you can't play an oboe without the reed. You know, I think they're equally as important. Maybe, I mean, if you don't have a good oboe, but you have a good reed, you struggle. It's like as James Horan would say, the chicken and the egg, because you can't do one without the other. But if I picked up somebody else's oboe with their reed who sounds amazing, they sound amazing on it, I might not sound amazing on it, because it's so personal to your embouchure, the way you blow, everything. It's such a personal thing. But I mean, you have to really have good reeds all the time if performing. I mean, I do have practice reeds that sound appalling when I'm practicing, but I nobody hears me, so it doesn't matter. But I think you really make the sound. You know, we all make different sounds. We all play on different setups. But yeah, it is important to have a reed that speaks. Actually, you know, you can't have a reed that doesn't quite work. You also have to have an oboe that's working properly. So sorry, it doesn't really answer your question, but
I suspect you had a slight.
It just depends on you as well. You make that sound. You vibrate that sound. So that's why everybody does sound different, and everybody plays on a different setup. I mean, I'm still searching, Joan, for that amazing oboe. And that amazing reed. Hopefully I'll find it before I retire.
Which takes us beautifully on to David Trainer asks, out of 20 reeds you might make, how many will actually work and make you happy, as opposed to smashing them with a hammer in frustration?
Well, that sounds very familiar. I'm quite careful about choosing my bit of cane in the first place, because I measure it, I measure the density of it. I won't play on cane that I know is going to be too hard. And I do have a profiler, which I rough scrape all my reeds on, and then I finish them off by hand. But sometimes I think if you're going through a really bad patch, which does happen quite a lot, I think you need, it's like panic scraping. I think you just need to stop for a bit and maybe leave them, because sometimes if you put them aside and leave them a couple of days, they harden up or they do get better. And also they do blow in. I mean, I don't always feel I have time to do that. They have to play straight away. But I mean, we all go through the same frustrations of, you know, you could make, say if I made 20, I'd probably get 10 maybe. Usually saying that, I only make really 5 at a time, and maybe I get 2 out of that, but they're not always what I want them to be. It's just, you just have to get on with it, because it is very time consuming. But we all go through the same frustrations, I'm afraid, where you just want to smash it on the floor.
Stella, you and I joined the orchestra about the same time, and I've had the privilege of sitting in front of you for just 30 years now, isn't it? Can't believe that.
Really, yes.
Yeah, I know. I have to say, you're a joy to work with, and it's been lovely chatting to you this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Alex.